Hello children, in this video we're going to look into keynotes. So to begin with, I'm going to be clicking on this button here and I'm going to search for the application Keynote. So I'm going to say Keynote. So there you go, we have the Keynote. So when I click on Keynote, the application opens. Okay, so now this is how the application is going to look like. I'm going to be clicking on choose a theme. So when I click on choose a theme, it's going to give me the different templates which I can choose from. I can choose a template which is present here, or to begin with I can say basic white. So I'm going to choose this. So when I click on this, the presentation opens. So now here, just like we have seen on the PowerPoint, we have the presentation here which is called as the or the title slide here, which is called, and it has got text box inside it. So when I click on the slide, I can click on the plus button here, and then you can choose that. I can choose different kinds of slide templates, wherein here you have the title and photo. You have the title photo in a different way. Here you have title and bullets. You have only bullets. Here you have the title, bullets and photo and the others. So now to begin with, we are on the first slide here. I'm going to click inside the text box and I'm going to write animals. This is the same kind of PowerPoint presentation that we created on the Microsoft PowerPoint. So we are doing it on Keynotes now. So now I wrote it as animals. So I'm going to go into the edit button here. This is known as the edit button. On the top we have different kinds of buttons. We're going to explore these options or the buttons in a little while or in the coming up videos. So now when I write the word here, animal, I'm going to click on the edit button, which has the option to change the text color, make it bold, italic or underline. So just like we do it on the PowerPoint, I can select the text here and then click on the edit button, and then I can either make the text italic, or I can underline it, or I can even remove the bold, italic and underline, and then I can increase the size of the text by clicking on the plus button here. Remember, the text needs to be selected when you're doing all these things. I can click on the text color here and I can change the color of the text. Okay, so now you have the align options here, wherein I can make this come to the center, or I can make it go towards the right. We're going to look into justify in a little while. I can also make it come towards the left, which we call it as the left, center and the right align. We have something called as top, wherein I can place the text on the top, or I can make it go to the center or to the bottom. So now if I want the text in the center, I'm going to bring it to the center and I'm going to click on this option here, wherein it's going to come to the center of the text box. So now you have the option for bullets, which we will explore in the coming lessons. So now this is how we change the color of the text, align it. You also have something called as the arrange, which we'll look at in the other videos. We have something called as style, wherein the text box style can be changed. If I click on this text, you see that the text box color changes. Okay, so instead of doing this, I'm going to click on the undo button here, which is present, and then go into edit, and it says fill no color. I'm going to use a color here to fill the text box. So you see that the color has been filled. I can also go into gradient, wherein I can choose two different colors, and add gradient to the text box. You have flip color, wherein I can flip the colors, that is the start color and the end color can be changed. I click on the box here to change the color, and the angle talks about the direction in which the gradient can be applied. So you have something called as image, wherein you can add an image to the text box. I can click on change image and choose a photo or insert from the many of the photos that are present. So I've just added the picture of a desert here. Coming down, and you can also scale it to make it fit, to fill, stretch and other things. Do explore the other options. So now I'm going to go back, and then you have something called as border, when the text box border can be increased. When I click on the plus sign, you see that the border increases. And then you have something called as shadow, wherein you can add a shadow to the text box. And then close, you have something called as reflection, wherein you can see that the reflection for this has been added. So let's look at it a little more. So I'm going to click on the text box, and then I'm going to say fill. So we came down to reflection. So it says 50% reflection. If I say 100% reflection, so you see that the reflection is visible much more. Yeah. So if I say 0, it's not visible, but now it's visible. This is how you get the reflection. So if I click on the text box here and click on the edit button, and then I come on overlay, or come on when I come down to the opacity, you know that I can change the opacity of the picture here. Going down to text, I can change the color of the text. Maybe I can change it to dark shade of blue. So now I'll change opacity. Keep it like that. Okay. So this is how you add a picture. You can fill colors, you can fill gradient into the text box. You have learned to add text into the text box, change the color of the text box, and change the theme, and also arrange the text inside the text box. So that's it for this video. Keep learning, keep exploring.